Alright everyone, what is going on? Now, I've got to hand it to the WWE. I've got to hand it to the WWE. Normally I'm a little hard on them. Normally I'm a little hard on their storylines, the psychology behind the booking decisions that they make, whether it makes sense or not. I'm normally just a little hard on them. But right now, with these three past few shows, NXT TakeOver, which is always a fucking good show. You had Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor, great ladder match. Sasha Banks versus Bayley, great women's wrestling. Bayley wins her first NXT Women's Championship. That was a great show in Brooklyn. Then we had SummerSlam 2015. Guys, I gave you my review on that show. If you want to check it out, link is in the description. That was a great show. Then we had, right here for your review, Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. And you know what? Kudos to the WWE. This was actually a pretty good show. One of the better Monday Night Raws I have seen so far in 2015. This was a pretty good show. And normally during this time of year, the SummerSlam build-up and then the show afterwards, the WrestleMania build-up and then the Monday Night Raw, the night after WrestleMania, those shows are normally reserved for like the shockers, the big moments. For example, the night after WrestleMania 28 in 2012, we got the return of Brock Lesnar. And then a really crazy, wild night after WrestleMania 29 in 2013. The crowd was fucking insane. They took over the show. Dolph Ziggler winning the World Heavyweight Championship for a second time the night, cashing his Money in the Bank. That got a huge pop. 2014 last year, didn't get too many. As far as WrestleMania goes, we had Paige winning her championship, winning her first Divas Championship, youngest Divas champion. And as far as SummerSlam goes, it's okay. But this SummerSlam, the night after SummerSlam, was pretty big. We had two shockers for the crowd. The Dudley Boys return. Devon and Bubba Ray. God damn, man, that gave me chills. That gave me chills. And then we have the return of Sting. It was a pretty big night. And now some of you are probably saying, well, didn't you get your fix at the Royal Rumble? Well, it was really cool to see Bubba Ray return at the Royal Rumble, but it brought back on nostalgia. But it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. You felt you had that piece missing with Devon not there. You felt you had that piece missing with Devon not joining Bubba Ray to really, just finish the Dudley Boy name. We got that here. Now, rumors are saying that both Devon and Bubba Ray are all in for a full-time WWE schedule. They're not really here for this part-time shit. They're here, not to say that part-timers are not good. Brock Lesnar, that part-time schedule. Undertaker, that part-time schedule. I'm not bashing the part-time schedule, but these two just coming back, I want to see them on weekly television. I would love to see these two wrestle on a SmackDown, on a Raw, on a consistent basis. With this floundering, I will say floundering tag team division, yes, you have the New Day. Yes, you have the Primetime Players. You did have Tyson Kidd Cesaro, but Tyson Kidd is out with an injury. You did have Luke Harper, Eric Rowan trying to rejuvenate it. I'll talk about that later, by the way. But Eric Rowan was out with a torn tricep, so he's out. So it's kind of a floundering division right now. So this is exactly what the tag team division needs, just to bring new life into it. Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley, huge fucking pop when you had the headbutt into the crotch, and then you had the Dudley death drop through the table. Devon, get the fucking tables. Great moment. I love that. That was a great moment. And the match before, it really wasn't all that great. That was just a match before the huge moment. And as far as Monday Night Raw goes, the matches, it was classic WWE, just cramming these four feuds into 4 singles matches. Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton versus Sheamus, what else? Ryback versus The Big Show with The Miz in there, but he wasn't in there. And then you had Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. Of course, these 4 feuds crammed into one big 8-man tag team match. And to be honest with you, I'm not really too big on big tag team matches. Like, for example, at SummerSlam, I wasn't too fond of the 4-team tag match. But this match here on Monday Night Raw, it wasn't too bad. It was a fun match. You had a lot of hot tags, people doing, getting their fill in, getting their signatures in, getting their comebacks in. Towards the end, you had Big Show knocking out Sheamus inadvertently, and then Randy Orton capitalized it with an RKO. The team of Randy Orton, Cesaro, Ryback, and Dolph Ziggler get the win. It was a fun 8-man tag team match towards the middle of the show. And of course, last night, we know this Brooklyn crowd. I said it on my SummerSlam review. I love these fucking crowds because they're wrestling crowds. They're wrestling crowds. So, Brooklyn is all over fucking John Cena this past Sunday night at SummerSlam. They're all over John Cena. They can't fucking stand him. They can't stand the guy. So they know they're all over him. So when John Cena made his... Why I keep saying fucking John Cena? When John Stewart nailed Cena with the steel chair, of course he got a big pop because the crowd fucking hates Cena. Rollins, of course, wins the United States Championship and the WWE Championship. And so when he came out to, really give his reasoning behind it, I was pretty intrigued to see how the WWE would justify John Stewart's actions on SummerSlam. And it was an okay enough reason. I mean, it's logical. His reasoning behind attacking John Cena is that he couldn't see it in his heart to let John Cena tie Ric Flair's record of 16 championships. He couldn't see John Cena tying it. Ric Flair, his all-time favorite wrestler apparently, whether it's true or not, the all-time great. And then we had actually Ric Flair coming out. Woo! That was cool to see Ric Flair. You rarely get to see Ric Flair nowadays. Comes back here and there, but appearance, always good to see. The Nature Boy, 2-time Hall of Famer. Man, that's just amazing for me to hear. It's just a huge accomplishment for someone to get in the Hall of Fame one time. Ric Flair is a 2-time Hall of Famer. 2-time Hall of Famer. That's amazing for me to see. One of, if not the greatest, of all time. Jon Stewart, that's his reasoning, and then he had John Cena come out. Now, I say it over and over, I don't mind John Cena, I respect the guy, but when he gives his promos, I don't think he's too good of a promo. I really don't think he's that good at giving promos. Yes, he can get intense, but in a promo, I think he just fucking yells too much. I don't know about you guys, he cracks jokes too much, it's too fucking corny, and like I said, he just yells too much. Take notes on Chris Jericho. Slow down, talk down. He's not a heel, keep in mind. But just talk methodically to get your point across. That being said, a John Cena who is angry, a John Cena who is fucking serious and not joking around, a John Cena who is serious can give a decent promo. He gave a decent promo last night, and Jon Stewart, normally when celebrities come in, you can tell they're not a fan of the product, they're not really a fan of wrestling, so they half-ass it. Stephen Amell last night, he didn't half-ass it. He put in a good performance. Jon Stewart, he is a wrestling fan, you can tell, and he gave in a great promo. He's a great talker, looks so comfortable in that ring. So John Cena and Jon Stewart going back and forth, it was very entertaining to see. And like I said, John Cena being very serious gives Jon Stewart an attitude adjustment. Gives him a fucking F you. Oh, fuck you for costing me the WWE Championship. So it was actually a pretty good segment. I enjoyed it. In the beginning of the promo, Jon Stewart just walked out to a chorus of thank you, Stewart, stuff like that. Because of Jon Stewart, the fans love it. John Cena is now no longer the United States Championship, and he's not the WWE Champion. The crowd loves it, and it's very intriguing to see where John Cena and Seth Rollins, where their feud will progress from here. And speaking of John Cena and Seth Rollins, last segment of the night, we had Seth Rollins. He said on last week on Monday Night Raw that if he won last night's match against John Cena, that the authority should give him his own statue. Give him his own statue with the prestige of the likes, of the Ultimate Warrior. the likes of Bruno Sammartino, the likes of Andre the Giant, really memorial, just a token of their appreciation for Seth Rollins. Give him a nice bronze statue in WWE headquarters. Now, when they had the statue revealing in the ring in the last segment of the night, it was a little fishy. One being, earlier in the night, they already revealed what the statue would look like of Seth Rollins. They already revealed it. So it was a little iffy, little confusing why they would have a drum roll to have this big surprise reveal when you already saw a glimpse of it. That was just a little fishy to me. And earlier in the night, you had John Cena being taken away out of the arena in handcuffs by police officers. So, with that point of view, I actually thought I had a good idea that the statue would not be under that black tarp, that black covering. I had a good idea that I thought John Cena was underneath. I thought John Cena was underneath. The black tarp would be revealed, and John Cena, just come out like a house of fire, attacking Rollins, kicking his ass, because he is now the United States and WWE champion. So I thought, he would attack Seth Rollins. But lo and behold, it was Sting. And just seeing Sting stand there, the hard camera panning in on his face paint, it gave me goosebumps. It was chilling. Anytime you see Sting, it just makes the moment that much more larger. It just makes it seem like a high-profile moment, because Steve Borden, Sting, he is the icon. That's why WWE signed him. That's why he is there on WWE payroll, WWE contract, under WWE contracting. So when they revealed that tarp, you can see the tights rolling up, and then you see his face. And then you see Seth Rollins going at him, the Stinger splash in the corner, and the clothesline over the top rope. Great moment. He had two shocking returns last night on Monday Night Raw. The Dudley Boys and Sting. Both executed very well. Both executed very nicely. So all in all, guys, it was a pretty decent show. Like I said, a good NXT takeover. You had a good SummerSlam and a good Monday Night Raw. Very good showing in Brooklyn. And, when you have Sting, you actually think it to yourself, is Sting actually in the title picture? Because the image at the end of the night was Sting actually holding up the WWE Championship. So it makes you wonder, so is Sting in the picture? Where does that leave John Cena? It really leaves you intrigued. It really makes you want to tune in to Monday Night Raw next week. That's the name of the game. You have to tune in to watch to see what happens. And then earlier in the night, we had Miss TV with PCB, Paige, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. That kind of fell flat. The promos by the three women weren't all that good. Came off a little heelish. And that really just set up the match between the Bellas and Team PCB. On SummerSlam, we all know Becky Lynch pinned Brie Bella to get the win for their team. So the Bellas, a nice bounce back win over Team PCB. And you know what? It fucking really pisses me off. It really fucking pisses me off. I'll tell you what pisses me off. We saw last night Nikki Bella holding up the Divas Championship, saying, I don't know how, about a few weeks or a month, she will be the longest reigning Divas Champion of all time. Of course, we know AJ Lee, who's now retired, holds that record. But now we know Nikki Bella will probably break that. Now, there is a rumor circling, whether it's true or not, and it probably is true, that John Cena fucking politicking backstage. Reports were said that Charlotte would debut on the WWE main roster and instantly become WWE Divas Champion. Now, of course, John Cena, Nikki Bella having their relationship, John Cena squashed Charlotte's first first Women's Divas Championship run. Squashed that because he wanted Nikki Bella, his girlfriend, to be Divas Champion. I really don't. I guess maybe you can see where it's coming from, but no. You can't justify those actions. There's always reports of John Cena politicking backstage. Like I said, I respect the guy for his hard work. I don't mind the guy, but just shit like that really pisses me off. It really gets me. What are you gonna do? The match was alright. Like I said, Team Bella getting a bounce back win. And also, we had the Wyatt family. We had the Wyatt family rematch against Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, 2/3 of the Shield. Now, towards the end of the match, you had Roman Reigns setting up for the spear in the corner. You know, he does his taunting, and then you hear the Wyatt family music. Comes back on screen, and you see this massive man. This man is fucking huge. He's standing on the ring apron, huge man, with the fucking black sheep mask. Pretty good moment. If you know Eric Rowan's injured, I guess he's no longer part of the Wyatt family. Who knows? Fucking huge. I forget what they called him. I think it's fucking Braun Strowman, something like that. Just look him up. Something like that along the line. That's his name. So he just swatted, like Michael Cole says, swatted Roman Reigns away, swatted Dean Ambrose away. Pretty intense, pretty huge guy with the beard, the look. That's the first time, I think he debuted just recently, actually, on the NXT roster. So it's pretty interesting to see him just rise immediately on the WWE main roster. Looks like a perfect fit for Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper, for the Wyatt family. Perfect fit. Just 3 really scary, intimidating men. So it's really cool to see a new addition. I love to see him in a match. I'd love to see him, because Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper, both great in-ring workers, really stepped the bar up. So we'll see how a big man can handle himself in the ring. We'll see. Like I said, guys, overall, pretty entertaining Monday Night Raw. One of the better ones I've seen so far in 2015. You guys tell me in the comments, how do you feel about WWE so far? Are you proud to be a fan? Are you upset to be a wrestling fan in the WWE? You guys tell me in the comments. If you like this review, guys, you already know what to fucking do. I don't even have to tell you. Don't even have to tell you. If you want to see, like I said, my SummerSlam 2015 official review with yours truly, ACZiemba 326, Andrew Ziemba, link is in the description. It's in the description. Go, guys, go check that out. Appreciate you guys listening to my voice. See you guys later. Peace out.